There are a few things that I want us to talk about, but most specifically, how Judge Ratha Mokhwatleng handled this and contradicted himself, right? Wait. I'm about to unpack, right? If you don't know, if you're living in somewhere else except planet Earth, let me tell you, there was a scuffle that happened yesterday in court. When I say yesterday, it happened on the 27th of November, 2023. So the scuffle involved a warden officer who had an altercation with the accused. Accused number one, I think it's accused number 3, 4, and 5. Yes, not I think it's accused number 3, 4, and 5. The attitude thereof from the Department of Correctional Service condemns these people, but the question is, have they done enough investigation? And then a day after, which is today, the 28th of November 2023, we see this accused being punished for the behavior that happened yesterday, right? There are things that happened, and there are things specifically that were said by the judge, which I sat here and I said to myself, but Judge Ratha Mokhwatleng, we heard from you. You said this yesterday. I remember vividly, and I'm going to remind you what Judge Ratha Mokhwatleng said. Then today, you then take, when you are supposed to take accountability or responsibility of over the things that are happening in court, you decide that you are not going to tolerate this. You are not going to deal with this. You are not going to entertain this. But what is happening is affecting the court decorum. I don't know if you see what I'm saying. I'm about to unpack, provided that you are interested. If you are interested, then please stick around. As you stick around, there are a few things that I'm requesting from you guys. Number one, subscribe to like the video, comment in the comment section below. You need to share this video. You need to watch this video until the end. You also need to watch the ads. Why do you need to do all of these nice things? You need to do it because doing it does help out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm to promote and spread this video to as many people as possible. So definitely, good people, the power is in your hands. So the state made us aware that the accused did not arrive on time, and we saw them arriving, right? So it was introduced to us that no, that look. So then the defense said, no, can you give us a time? Or because once they arrived, the advocate minister said no. He arose and said, listen, we know that they usually arrive earlier than this, so give us time to consult with our clients. Upon consultation, certain things then came. Accused number 2 complained about Mr. Mlaud, who handcuffed him from his hands, despite Tanzi telling him he is not a sentenced prisoner. He says Tanzi told him he wasn't. He was involved. In fact, in Tanzi told Mlaud he is a not a traffic warden, but he is a warden officer, right? Warden officers are those that guard prisoners. So he tells him that, listen, I'm not I'm not sentenced. But then the problem is, that why are you handcuffing me, right? And I saw the handcuffs of accused number 2 being taken off during the court proceeding. I saw them with my own eyes. And the person that was taking them, it is the person who is dressed in a private uniform, right? So Mgomezulu then addressed that, no, he's raising complaints concerning that. So the judge then had to ask the question of, what is the differentiate? What's the difference between an accused and an awaiting prisoner and a sentenced prisoner? The point that was made there was that usually the ones that are sentenced, you can see them. I saw when I was in court. You can see that the way accused number 5 and 3, or accused number 5 and 4, I think it's accused number 5 and 3, the way they are handcuffed, it's very different. It's very different. Theirs is much more secure. Look, they're trying to make sure that they don't escape, right? No problem. So fast forward, then the judge says he does not have the authority to determine how the accused are to be transported or how the DCS enforces local safety precautions. Having regard of what happened yesterday, there must be meeting or there must have been a meeting that was held. That's what the judge said. Okay, we know from what he's saying here, there was a meeting indeed because there was they issued a statement. The DCS issued a statement concerning the incident that happened yesterday. But I'm going to come back to the judge now. He says that I'm not going to make any comment on this. Maybe council should engage with Department of Correctional Service security priorities and can be taken up with them. So he says, no, I'm not going to do that. Now, let me remind you something. Is this not the same judge that said to us, right? Even if a minister were to look, he says that they can issue what they can issue summons or whatever, or they can subpoena a minister. It does not matter your criteria in life. The court can issue an order and you will comply with that order, even if you are a minister. But when I was listening today, I said to myself, wait a minute. So you do not have the right to tell the DCS how to operate, but you have a right to call a minister. Wait a minute. I also said to myself, but wait. Okay, let's leave the transportation issue, right? Let's talk about the handcuffs being tight, too tight. The judge, the look was made, it was also brought into the judge's attention to say, I think it's accused number 3 or 4, that complained about the handcuffs being so tight. When that matter was brought before him, he asked this question: do you use your ears or your hands to hear? Which was the most inhuman question from him. If the accused said, my handcuffs are too tight, the least that I expect from this judge is to say, okay, guys, can you loosen the handcuffs so it can be appropriate for this guy, so that, no, in other words, so that we don't have to violate the Bill of Rights while we are trying to secure this, we are trying to maintain the decorum of this court. Speaking about the Bill of Rights, it is not part and parcel of the Bill of Rights that would have said that the way or the manner in which these people are treated in court, even if this judge does not have the right to tell them who should transport this person or not, but is it not part and parcel of the Bill of Rights that he needs to comply with? Because the Bill of Rights are applicable to either a person who is an awaiting prisoner or a sentenced prisoner or a free man like you and I. That the Bill of Rights, we are to benefit from such equally. That's why I think it's section 18 or section 16 that says you have no right to discriminate of gender, of gender, religion, and all the stuff. How is it that today the honorable judge says to us he has no right and to tell them what to do? I think the best that could have, or I was expecting, was to see him coming from the Bill of Rights point of view to say, if there are any rights that are violated from a Bill of Rights point of view, then the judge is going to intervene, right? I would have understood him, or I would have appreciated that from him. But to say he has no right or obligation to talk about how the DCS are supposed to run things, no. He has a full right to tell them not to violate any of the Bill of Rights. You know what I'm saying? He has full responsibility. He has done it when he gave the judgment concerning the admissibility of the audio used by Magistrate Vivian Cronier. He spoke about that to say it violated the Bill of Rights. So when accused number 4 or 3 rose and say, I can't concentrate because it's painful, this thing is too tight, he says, do you use your ears or your hands? I don't know if you see what I'm saying. That is inhuman. That is inhuman. Especially coming from a judge. That is uncalled for. That is inhuman. He should not have said such a statement coming from an honorable judge, I have a very, very serious concern about that. I'm not happy with how he responded there. I'll give an example about it. If, for instance, I'll give an example. Let's say you are hungry. I'm talking about you. You are hungry, right? And then I come to you and I have a Bible and I want to preach, Jesus loves you. Are you going to be able to hear this Jesus that loves you? Or you want your stomach fed first? Then you can hear about Jesus that loves you. Tell me the logic there, right? I want to know from you guys, right? You tell me the logic. I want to know. But as for me, I think it is better to feed the stomach of this individual. And once you are done feeding the stomach of this individual, then you can talk about the love of Jesus to this individual. You can't just talk about the love of Jesus to this individual who's hungry. Go buy meal. Go get something. Let this person eat and be comfortable. That's the logic that I will follow. So if accused number 3 or 4 say, the handcuffs are too tight that I can't concentrate, when you are saying what does he use to hear? Is it the ears or the hands? What are you implying? Are you implying that even if he was injured, I'll give an example, even if he was injured, or even if he had cancer, stage 4 of cancer, he was supposed to pitch up in court and be able to fully concentrate while he is, while he's in ICU or whatever, they're supposed to bring everything to you. What are you actually saying to me? You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, from a Bill of Rights point of view, I don't understand what this judge said. I honestly don't get what this judge was saying there. Maybe you do, you know what I'm saying? Because it might look like we are against the judge. No, we're not necessarily against the judge. We're against, here, we are learning to disagree with people while we love people. So we will disagree with you whenever it is convenient to disagree with you. If it is convenient to agree with you, we will also agree with you. In matters of principle, we're not going to compromise it because of the person that that stands to benefit from whatever it is that is happening. So I'm saying to you guys, I need you to tell me in the comment section below, is it fair for these people, for instance, let's leave the one of Bongane where he says that, where it has been said that whether he's an awaiting prisoner or not, the handcuffs and all the stuff, but we saw Bongane, he did not participate. Why did you not, maybe let's not leave it, but let's entertain it a little bit. Why didn't you say Bongane was not part and parcel of this? Why do you include him in everything that is happening? You know what I'm saying? Why are you including Bongane? Because it was not part and parcel of this. And it is clear. You can even check the videos. The cameras are there to show you that he was never part and parcel of this. Why are you punishing him for that? Right? And we can clearly see that this is a punishment from the DCS. They are just punishing these individuals. Yes, it has got nothing to do with maintaining the decorum of the court, but it has all to do with punishing these individuals, which is not necessarily something that I think it is okay to say. But yeah, I want you to look at things from that perspective, and also I'm not depriving you to look at things from your own perspective. I might be wrong. I'm a man. I'm a man born under sin, subject to correction, but I am bound by nothing but the truth, right? I need to speak the truth in season and out of season. I need to speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I am definitely obligated to speak the truth. I am against this. To me, it doesn't feel good at all. It doesn't feel good what the judge said. To me, he just overlooked the Bill of Rights and he distanced himself. This was one of the crucial things that I think we would have expected him to intervene on. This was one of those key. For me, it was key, but the judge decides that it's not a matter that he can take on. It's not a matter because it doesn't. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. He always tells the defense to maintain the decorum of the court. The incident that happened yesterday, it disturbed the decorum of the court. That incident which happened yesterday, it is now carrying on to continue to disturb the people whom are most likely to disturb the decorum of the court, but you still don't want to rule in the matter in a decisive way that does not either favor that it either favors the DCS or the accused, but it seeks to neutralize everything, the situation. But if you're doing like this, you are creating you are creating this, look, this heart of, oh, you are making them to feel like, okay, so we might as well do as we please because this judge is not on our side. What are you thinking about that? I mean, I'm thinking that they are most likely to arrive at that conclusion, but you've got your own opinion, I know for a fact. So since you do have your own opinion, I want you guys to get into the comment section below. I want you guys to tell me what you think about everything that I've just shared with you. You and I will see each other in the next video, good people. But until that next video, good people, please take care.